All right, you guys want to go? You guys want to go road tripping?
Hell yeah.
Let's go road tripping.
Let's go.
That is never gonna get old. That is never gonna get old. I am so happy. Based off of the bottom there. This is the C.O.C. Road Trip, and we are heading to Portland because we're going to talk about the Portland Timbers. I'm going to throw up the thumbnail just so everyone knows what these are going to look like. If you're looking on YouTube, this is what it's going to look like. We're all in the car, in the station wagon, and we're heading north to Portland.
Dari's driving.
Our tires in some air. It looks like
they're a little flat. That's okay. It happens. It happens.
That's what happens. That's a metaphor for last season.
Yeah.
We're about to pump up the tires. Don't worry.
Okay, so the only question I have in regards to the tires, does anybody know how to fix a flat, or do we all just need to call AAA?
AAA.
We could try.
I got my card on.
Tried before.
Yeah, we're calling AAA. We're not gonna try to fix a tire if none of us know how
We
to
did.
do it. Whoa, you guys fixed the tire?
No, we failed. We tried.
AAA.
But now they know what not to do, so we'll be good.
Exactly.
That is true. That is true. So, okay, so this new end of episode series is going to be us going across the league or just in U.S. soccer in general. We'll take a road trip to that particular team, and we'll talk about that team. The start will be a preseason kind of thing, but as storylines pop up throughout the league, we want to be more connected throughout the league so that people that aren't just Galaxy fans can come on and at least watch a video or two and get some insight if they want to. It's not going to be great, but
And collab.
Yeah, exactly. We can have people on from other podcasts that can help us road trip across the continental US.
Show us the sights.
Show us the sights. So who wants to say what was it Mila, the three things that you know about, or was it Andrew, the three things that you know about Portland?
I know less than three things. That wasn't.
It was mine.
Okay.
It was mine. The three things I know. No, I can't say.
You
I can't.
You can.
Neville is the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing, Darlington Nabby. I know he's not at the club anymore.
He
But
retired.
that is Portland.
Respect.
He retired.
Legend.
3, they like wood.
They do like wood.
That's it. That's all I got.
So, Dari, you've been to Providence Park, correct? And do you want to break down your experience of going to Providence Park so people can understand?
I
what
thought it was
Providence
pretty cool. Honestly, I apparently went during like a protest, so the fan section was not as full as usual, but it was pretty cool. I feel like they're a good club with some good traditions. I like the wood chopping. That was good fun. Even though they're kind of one of those teams that I have like a little soft spot for. They're fun. They have a good culture around them. So I don't know. We're just kind of glazing Portland now.
Agreed. I mean, Mila and I went to school in Eugene. I have a love for Oregon, and I've been to a couple of games myself, and I think that the Timbers Army and everything that they do there is really special. I think it's the closest thing to a European fan base that you can find in the league.
Yeah.
And I think that part of that, it kind of means that they're constantly aiming for cups. Whether that happens or not, they are aiming for cups, and I think they've made a couple moves this summer that indicate that they're trying to get over the hump. I think throughout Neville's tenure there, they've finished somewhere within the range of 43 to 49 points. So they haven't broken 50, which usually means that you're in the play-in or you're outside of the playoff spots, which is shit for a team that has way too much talent and always had, like, they had a Vander and were shit.
Yeah.
And now they have Costa and were shit. And they beat San Diego in the playoffs in game 2 and then went back to San Diego and got pumped 4-0 to tell you the kind of standard there. But this is a very good squad. Like, they have DaCosta. They brought in Valde, I think is how it's pronounced. I could be wrong. He's a winger. And then they now get the return of Rodriguez, who was out for most of last season. So they've got a bunch of attacking talent. But the big signing that they made is Cole Bassett. And Dari, I think, has heard me speak pretty highly on Cole Bassett since we've gotten really back into the Galaxy, because I'm very high on this U.S. talent. Does anybody have any thoughts on this initial signing?
No.
Okay. I can wax poetic about Cole Bassett because I thought that was the that the Galaxy should have made if it was available. I was talking about Diego Luna being that same kind of archetype, right? And Cole Bassett is 20. How old is he now? 20 something. He's young. He made his debut in Portland at like 19 or like 16. No, it was 16. So this has been like a U.S. prodigy for a long time, but a guy that plays in the 8 that is super forward thinking, like he wants to score goals. So for a Portland team that one just couldn't get firing on all cylinders, but also sucks defensively, this is a work rate demon in the 8 that can do a lot of really good things and can be asked to do a bunch of different positions. But the one player that it really opens up for me, and it's one of my favorite players across the league, which is DaCosta. I think the guy is, I don't want to clip myself, but I think he makes a MLS 11 this year. Like, I think he's going to be that good. And I think Eli Lesser tends to talk about this one theory. I can't remember it, but it's always that a player in their second season, that's really where you really judge them. And DaCosta being 25, coming to the MLS and going from France to Portland, which is like that's a crazy pipeline. I think that this year for him is the year that he breaks out and shows his true talent, because I think he's really of that level.
Yeah, that sounds exciting then. From what I didn't watch a ton of Portland last year, but I did watch their playoff games. I was in the airport a lot during the playoff run. So I had plenty of time to watch some of those games, and I was really locked in on a couple of the Portland ones. And they look like an impressive team at a lot of times. But it, like you mentioned, were also capable of having these stinkers, and it felt like they just needed a couple of pieces to get over that hump. The way you describe players like Bassett and the other moves they've made, it feels like they're kind of plugging in those holes. And I think just across the league in general, I just love seeing this trend of so many more teams like going for it and seeming competent at it. It's exciting, I think, as a league, and Portland is definitely a big part of that movement. Yeah, they're just doing what they need to do to take that next step. And you get the idea of the whole league taking one big step together. That's, great. Just everybody raising the standard, raising the floor. It'd be great if we could get that salary cap kind of raised as well to raise that floor a bit, even more. But besides that, it's great to see that teams, including Portland, are doing their due diligence. They're doing the right stuff.
Yeah, agreed. I'm going to pose the question because I'm going to get clipped up for this because I think it's going to happen. But with the additions of Brandon Bai, the MLS vet right back, with Dillo, you know me in pronouncing names. He played for Club America, had a loan move with LAFC last season. He scored against us. And Cole Bassett. Those are the 3 guys that they marqueed themselves on this summer. Those additions to a squad that I think had 47 points last year. Do you guys think that for the first time under the Neville tenure, they finally get over the 50-point barrier?
I think they make playoffs, yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
Andrew, you think they finally do it?
I'm a little more on the fence. I'm not quite sure. I can see like a high 40 season. You don't necessarily need to get into 50 to get into the playoffs. I don't doubt that they'll make playoffs. But yeah, I think it's a little bit more of a question for me.
That's fair. I'm gonna get clipped up. I think they surpass 50. I think it happens. Maybe it's a little of the soft spot thing that Dari was talking about, and I really like their fans, and I think they have the best home field advantage, which is not only their fans but the fact that they play on turf.
Yeah,
that's a weird one.
Far away from everyone.
This feels like a make or break year for them in terms of their project, in terms of Neville. Like, I don't think you can go another year being a play-in team or just outside of it or just inside of it and not make progress, because there's been teams that have done worse before and have gotten over the hump. Like this Galaxy Tide were awful, won a championship. Vancouver were awful, got to a finals. Like, for Portland to kind of stick around in mediocrity, that doesn't sit well with me. I doubt that sits well with their front office, because like we just said, they spend a ton of money this summer. So I'm expecting them to make that leap to 50. Now, how much success in the playoffs? I'm not sure. Not sure.
Yeah. Lots of questions, but yeah, at the same time, all of that with that idea of the rest of the league getting better as well. Like, yeah, they've definitely raised their own ceiling. Did they raise it enough to not only keep up, but to take a step above? It's interesting. Yeah.
Agreed. Should we play the song one more time?
Have to.
Okay. We'll end it with this.